Back to the Done Deal show. Lots to delve into today, so hit like buttons now. Get ready to put your comments in below, and please turn on the bell notification button so you don't miss any of our new content that we release here on the Football Terrace. Now, Ivan Toney is being discussed by not just Arsenal and Chelsea, but by multiple clubs. He is one of the most popular figures around at the moment. He is a player that's well coveted, and many fans from multiple fan bases want. Arsenal are the front runners, not just according to the media outlets and the reports, but with the bookmakers as well. This latest story that's come out, and we're going to delve into this. We're going to talk Chelsea and their pursuit of this individual and Victor Oismhen, and take a look at Man United, who are involved in this race, plus Sir Jim Ratcliffe taking over the football operation at the club. So lots to delve into today. But the first story here, it says a striker is top of Arsenal's priority list this January. And I think that look, a lot of Arsenal fans want another midfield player to come in, but the striker does seem to be the priority. Ivan Toney is the man that Arsenal want. The situation that Arsenal are suffering with is that after spending another £200 million in the summer just gone, they are flying very close to the financial fair play limit. The price for Ivan Toney ranges anywhere from 70 million to 100 million, depending upon what publication you read. But even at 70 million pounds at this moment in time, Arsenal do not have the funds available in terms of FFP. I mean, their owners could pump more money into the football club. It doesn't look like they're going to do that. So it's about raising the funds elsewhere. In addition to this story, The Athletic claim that Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta, I'm not sure I read this right, I want to just get it bigger in front of me so I can actually see what I'm doing, will look to sell 4 players in January to raise the funds needed to sign Brentford striker Ivan Toney. So Arsenal know this, but they're going to look to sell players and move people on. And it often isn't the transfer fee that is the biggest issue. Wages are key as well. So even if you can get rid of people for a relatively smaller price, as long as you're getting them off the wage bill, you're still saving millions and millions of pounds on that wage bill, which helps you. Remember, most transfer fees are not paid up front. They're spread over a 4 to 5 year period. So you don't need to spend 70 million straight away, but paid wages, agent fees, etc., do need to be paid. Who are these 4 players that Arsenal, are going to get rid of to stop the likes of Chelsea getting involved? Who are they? Well, you think about someone like Elneny, not going to be featuring. How much could you get for him? Probably not a lot, but you get the wages off the bill as well. I do think there is the possibility that Thomas Partey goes. And some people say, no way, he's still our best DM. We need him. That man's body is letting him down. His body is letting him down. There's a reason in the summer that Arsenal were willing to let him go. The deal never materialized. He didn't start the season. He's had more injuries again. Declan Rice is the main guy, 110%. And availability is one of the best abilities. And if Partey can raise 40, 50 million pound now, and a prolific goal scorer is purchased, I don't think you notice Partey's absence. Yes, in the forthcoming summer, you probably need to buy another midfield player. But right now, the biggest issue with Arsenal this season, and by the way, they're having a very good start to this campaign, has been putting the ball in the back of the net. And Ivan Toney solves that problem. I think the midfield is strong enough. There's still the possibility, and I still don't know why this hasn't been done. You can move Zinchenko into the middle, play Tomiyasu more at left back as an example. And there are talks about Urian Timber being back as early as January or February, so covers in the fullback position there. But Ivan Toney, number one target of Arsenal. They're looking to sell players to raise the money. The players very much up for that move. They move across to West London. And Simon Phillips here shares a story that Chelsea are considering Ivan Toney and Victor Oismhen. The article that he's quoting says that Toney wants to play for a top club. And I know that Ivan Toney is wanted by multiple teams. And I know that Arsenal look fantastic right now. They look like they're moving in the right direction with their project. But Chelsea are being disrespected in these conversations as well. This idea that Chelsea are suddenly this scrub club, this scrub team that's never going to get back to the top, I don't believe that. Yes, they're sitting mid-table in the league. Got a big game this weekend against Manchester City, and I want to cement that win over Tottenham with another big win. And look, they're at Stamford Bridge. They pull off that. Then maybe that's the real turning point under Poch and under Todd Bowley to get back to sort of their yesteryear, really, of the last 2 decades anyway. And a player like Ivan Toney can help them. Putting the ball in the back of the net this campaign has been Chelsea's only hindrance. If Ivan Toney was playing for Chelsea Monday night against Tottenham. They score 8-9 goals. I believe they have at least 3 more wins in the Premier League this year. Genuinely, at least 3 more wins. And this is the difference between having someone putting the ball in the back of the net and not. I spoke about Arsenal earlier. We need a midfielder. Goals change these games. If Chelsea had 3 more wins, they'd be on 24 points. That would put them around 3rd in the league. I mean, their goal difference is +5. I mean, they probably have a goal difference that's closer to the likes of Liverpool. They could be 3rd or 4th with just three more wins. And they've been good enough to win at least 3 other games this season. They just haven't put the ball in the back of the net. So I look at this situation and just think to myself that Ivan Toney wouldn't turn Chelsea down because they're not a big club anymore. They're not a top club anymore. They're looking at Oismhen as well. Where do you all see him going? Now, Manchester United are linked to him. But, I mean, the Daily Mail kind of contradicts itself. It says 70 million for the story for Arsenal and 100 million for Man United. But we know the price range is in and around that. He's going to be too expensive for us as it stands right now. However, the news has come out today that Sir Jim, even as early as Monday, could have his feet under the table and be running the football operation at the club. There is a £1.3 billion investment coming into Manchester United. We don't know yet how much of that is going to be spent on stadia, training facilities, how much is going to be used to pay debt off, how much is going to be pumped into the transfer kitty. Remember, Man United can pump £100 million into the transfer kitty, which would change the not one penny's been invested in 17, 18 years, by the way, by the owners of the club. So that could all be done. That would solve some FFP issues. Also, additional money can be pumped in to supplement the wage bill. That can be done to fix FFP issues, reducing debt, both owed to football clubs currently on transfers and to the banks, could solve our FFP problems, because if suddenly we're paying £50 million or less a year in loan repayments and 30, 40, £50 million a year less in transfer loan repayments or the amortization payments, Man United are suddenly in a much better position to be able to go and spend in January. I am intrigued to see what's going to happen with Sir Jim and his team coming in. It isn't my number one choice. It isn't what I wanted to see happen. For one reason or another, I trusted the idea of the Qataris coming in more, maybe because we've seen the successes they've had in England so far, people from the UAE, the Middle East, coming in and pumping money into clubs and how well they've run them, what they've done for the local infrastructures and cities and towns as well. So I wanted that for my club. I did. Do I think that Sir Jim and the plan he has is going to be a complete and utter failure? Until I see the plan, I can't answer that question. We've seen rumors that the Glazers are still going to have the vetoes and full control. And if they're running the football element, the Glazers, then I don't think we'll improve. But if Sir Jim and a whole new team come in and clear out everything that's going on and they get to run the sporting operation themselves in isolation, which is what some reports suggest, there can be an improvement. The financial element of the club, the way they run commercially, is fine. I have no real issue with that, barring not paying the debt off. But it's the sporting operation, the decision-making, and the lack of togetherness, that is where the issue lies. So £1.3 billion is coming in. You would expect, as part of that investment, you're going to get an element of anonymity and control and power at the football club. If Man United get that, if some of the debt is repaid, if money is freed up, if additional money is invested and there is a proper transfer kitty come January, which at the moment there isn't, then again, United have a chance at a player like Ivan Toney. There is no doubt about it. We're still Manchester United. We're still a prestigious club. And with a new ownership, with a new injection, with a new direction the club could be going in, it may appear to be attractive. However, as it stands right now, I still think Arsenal are the front runners. They're in a better position than Man United and Chelsea. It's a club that Toney has spoken publicly about liking, looking at, having wanted to join. It's just about them raising the money. So I'd love to get your thoughts and I'd love to get your feelings on this. Chelsea fans, Ivan Toney or Victor Oismhen, which of the two would you pick to come to your club? And Gooners, who do you think Arteta should sell to raise the money to sign Ivan Toney? Let me know now in the comments section below. Until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and I'll see you all again soon. Peace.